Our world is full of strange things, and some of the most brain-bending ones come in the form of real human babies born with rare and remarkable conditions. And in this video, we'll look at the most shocking and bizarre stories ever recorded. From infants born with unique physical traits to babies who defy every known medical logic, these 15 cases will leave you in awe and disbelief. Number 15. The Harlequin Baby of Bihar. In 2017, a baby was born in Bihar with super thick skin and deformed features due to Harlequin ichthyosis. The media gave him or her a name Alien, and locals call it supernatural. The child was born to 35-year-old Khalida Begum at night, as she was shocked to see the tiny head and bulging eyes. The child also has symptoms of anencephaly, where the child is born without a head. The shocked mom initially refused to even nurse the child, but started nursing it after a while. She told Daily Mail, "I was so shocked and saddened by this that I asked the midwife to take the baby out of my sight." Meanwhile, villagers are thronging to the house to catch a glimpse of the child everyone is calling an incarnation of Lord Hanuman. This isn't the first, as several kids with certain birth defects have been associated with supernatural beings due to a lack of awareness. Well, just images. Guys, even his mom hesitated to touch him. What should have been a moment of warmth and welcome turned out to be a moment of fear and confusion. Every child, no matter how rare their condition, deserves more than shame. They deserve a chance. Number 14. Ever, the baby who never sleeps. In Ontario, Canada, Ever Hisco's nights are anything but quiet. Born with Angelman syndrome, she only sleeps for about 90 minutes a night, something that flipped her household upside down. While most toddlers need naps and strict bedtimes, Ever operates on a different clock. Her energy rarely dips, even when the sun's down and the rest of the world is winding down. Her parents quickly realized they couldn't rely on routine. Instead, they took turns staying up with her, learning to adjust their lives around a child whose condition isn't something you fix, it's something you live with. And it is exhausting, absolutely, no doubt about it. But their life is also full of unexpected moments of joy and resilience. Their local community stepped up with support, and over time people began to understand that Ever's behavior wasn't bad parenting or stubbornness, it was neurology. What makes her different doesn't define her, but it does demand love that never clocks out. And that's exactly what she gets, every single sleepless night. Number 13. Timothy Eli. The baby born without a nose. Well guys, now this is just heartbreaking. Born in Alabama, Timothy Eli stunned doctors and his parents when he came into the world without a nose. His condition, called congenital arynia, is so rare that only a few cases have ever been documented in human history. There were no signs caught during prenatal scans, so his arrival was met with shock and immediate concern. Without a nasal passage or cavity, Timothy couldn't breathe through his nose like normal kids and had to undergo a tracheotomy just days after birth. His brain was also found to sit lower than usual, a complication tied to the condition. And yet, despite these medical hurdles, Timothy's energy and spirit speak louder than any diagnosis. His future includes a series of facial reconstruction surgeries, but even now, his personality outshines every physical issue. He doesn't just live, he thrives. With a loving family and a team of specialists behind him, Timothy's story is a raw, resilient reminder that joy and strength don't always come with perfect symmetry. Number 12. Girl born with 4 legs and 3 hands. In Tonk, Rajasthan, a woman named Raju Gurjar gave birth to what appeared to be triplets, but something was clearly different. One of the babies was perfectly healthy. The other 2, however, were conjoined into a single baby girl with 4 legs and 3 hands. No scans were done during pregnancy. When the newborn was delivered at 2:46 a.m., the hospital staff were stunned. The parents, both laborers, were overwhelmed with emotion. The additional limbs were fused to the baby's abdomen, affecting her breathing and movement. Doctors acted quickly, putting her on oxygen and stabilizing her vitals. One hand rested near her back, while the 4th leg added weight over her chest, creating serious medical concerns. The couple hadn't expected this, and their reaction reflected both confusion and love. Surgeons are currently evaluating the possibility of separation, though the procedure would be complex and risky. Number 11. Egypt sets Cyclops baby. In a rare and haunting case from Egypt, a baby was born with a condition called cyclopia, a defect caused by a disruption in brain development during the early stages of pregnancy. The result, a single central eye and no nose, as the facial structures failed to form properly. The baby's survival odds were virtually zero, and he passed away just days after birth. But his brief existence made waves across the globe. Images of his face, shared widely and often without context, sparked both disbelief and mourning. For the parents, what the world saw as shock value was something far more raw: the loss of a child they barely had time to know. Cyclopia is more than just a medical anomaly. It's a painful reminder of how fragile life can be, and how science still can't stop everything from going wrong. That child's life, though short, mattered. His image left a mark not just on the internet, but on our understanding of what it means to be born different. Ahmed Badruddin said the infant was born with other deformities, which could be the result of the mother's exposure to radiation or medicines she took. So be careful, please. Number 10. Luna, the baby with the giant birthmark. Luna was born in the United States with a striking and massive birthmark covering most of her face. The condition, known as giant congenital melanocytic nevus, posed no threat to her health but sparked cruel reactions from brainless strangers. Luna's parents were devastated by the looks and whispers, but they didn't cave to the judgment. Instead, they fought back with love, with grit, and with action, just like good parents do. A global fundraising effort helped them access an experimental treatment in Russia, one that involved multiple complex surgeries to reduce the mark's appearance. It wasn't just about aesthetics, it was about giving their unique daughter the confidence to live without stares and stigma. Over time, Luna's face began to clear, but what stood out even more was her radiant smile. Her story isn't about removing a mark, it's about rewriting the script that society places on physical difference. Luna's not a tragedy, she's a fighter. And her journey says more about strength than any smooth skin ever could. Number 9. Tom Tennant, born with enough skin for a 5-year-old. When Tom Tennant was born in Southeast Australia in 1993, doctors were speechless. His skin hung in folds, loose and deeply wrinkled, more than what a full-grown adult would have, let alone a newborn. Ultrasounds had hinted at an abnormality, but nothing prepared his parents for the sight of their baby. Still, they chose to go through with the birth, believing that whatever was meant to be would be. Tom's condition was so unique that researchers compared it to the Shar-Pei dog breed, known for its excessive skin due to high hyaluronic acid levels. Blood tests confirmed that Tom's levels were 100 times higher than normal. As expected, with age, his skin gradually tightened. Despite being teased in school, he remained outgoing and found acceptance among his peers. His resilience and warmth made him unforgettable. Now in adulthood, Tom lives a quiet life, far from media attention. Alright guys, now let's move to number 8. Paisley, the girl with the oversized tongue. Paisley Morrison Johnson from Aberdeen, South Dakota, was born with Beckwith-Wiedemann syndrome, a rare overgrowth disorder that caused her tongue to grow disproportionately large. Her condition was more than cosmetic. It blocked her airway, made eating impossible, and delayed her ability to speak. For months, Paisley was fed through a tube directly into her stomach while her parents watched helplessly. The first surgery didn't do enough. A second one removed nearly 6 inches of muscle, finally giving her the ability to breathe freely, eat without struggle, and slowly begin forming words. Her transformation wasn't overnight, but each small step forward mattered. Today, Paisley is thriving, learning to talk, and embracing a childhood her early days almost denied her. Her parents fought for every inch of progress, and their persistence paid off. What once looked like a mountain became something they climbed together. Paisley's smile now says what words couldn't. She's here, she's growing, and she's not slowing down. Doctors hope that Paisley won't need further tongue reduction surgery and are now monitoring for other risks associated with the creepy Beckwith-Wiedemann syndrome. Number 7. Another case of harlequin ichthyosis. In Nagpur, India, a baby girl born to a farmer's family became the country's first documented case of harlequin ichthyosis, a brutally rare and severe genetic skin disorder. Weighing only 1.2 kilograms, she entered the world wrapped in thick, armor-like skin plates separated by deep, painful cracks. Her eyelids were inverted, exposing 2 swollen red bulges where her eyes should be, and her ears were either missing or severely underdeveloped. Harlequin ichthyosis, caused by mutations in the ABCA12 gene, disrupts skin protein formation, leaving the body vulnerable to dehydration, extreme temperature shifts, and life-threatening infections. Doctors at the hospital immediately began intensive care, applying petroleum jelly to prevent skin splitting and trying to stabilize her vital signs. "We're still unsure if she even has eyeballs," said pediatrician Yash Benate. Genetic screening wasn't an option for the family, who lived below the poverty line and couldn't afford prenatal tests. While survival is rare, one case in Pakistan documented a girl living to at least 24. This child now remains under constant medical observation. Number 6. Ollie Trezise, the boy with a brain in his nose. Ollie Trezise from Wales was born in 2014 with a rare condition called encephalopathy, where a part of the brain protrudes through a gap in the skull. In his case, it extended into his nose, making it swell and appear as a large lump. Doctors warned his mother, Amy Poole, during her 20-week scan that something unusual had formed on his face. But when she finally saw her newborn, the shock hit her harder than any medical report could have. Despite the condition, Amy held him close, knowing she would love him unconditionally. Ollie later underwent major skull surgery to remove the fluid-filled sac and reconstruct his nasal passage so he could breathe safely. The recovery was long, but his spirit never faltered. Cruel remarks from strangers hurt, some even said he shouldn't have been born, but Amy never wavered. Today, Ollie is a cheerful, energetic boy who plays with his older sister and makes everyone around him smile. Number 5. Nina Warnell, the girl without an immune system. Being born in Poland without a working immune system meant Nina Warnell couldn't risk a single kiss. Even the mildest touch could have been deadly. She was diagnosed with severe combined immunodeficiency, often called bubble baby syndrome, a condition so extreme her parents couldn't hold her without fearing the worst. Every day was a tightrope walk. Hospitals became her only safe zone. Eventually, her family relocated to the UK, chasing a last resort treatment. At Great Ormond Street Hospital, Nina underwent an advanced gene therapy trial designed to restore her immune function from the inside out. The procedure worked. It gave her the shield her body never had. Today, she's back in Poland, going to school and playing like any other child. The difference? She's had to earn every bit of her normal life. Number 4. The goat born with a human face. In 2016, a small village in Malaysia became the center of global attention when a baby goat was born with features that closely resembled a human face. The goat, owned by farmer Ibrahim Basir, was already dead by the time it was found, but its facial structure, unusually flat with oddly placed eyes and a mouth that appeared more human than animal, sparked confusion, awe, and an avalanche of rumors. Photos of the goat's body circulated rapidly, and speculation grew so wild that local officials were forced to intervene. The carcass was handed over to veterinary authorities for formal investigation, with early reports suggesting it may have been a genetic mutation or severe developmental defect. Despite the bizarre appearance, experts dismissed any suggestion of hybridization, emphasizing that such deformities, while extremely rare, can occur naturally in animals. Basir refused all offers to sell the body, choosing instead to cooperate with authorities. Sadly, the results of the analysis were never publicly disclosed. Number 3. Viral photo of a human-like baby born from a pig. In July 2018, a disturbing photo went viral on social media, claiming that a pig had given birth to a human-like baby. The image was shared widely across platforms, including Twitter, Facebook, and Turkish outlets like Storia.me and Sun Dakika Turk. Some posts gained tens of thousands of shares, sparking fear, fascination, and wild speculation. However, the photo had nothing to do with a real birth or genetic mutation. It was actually a hyper-realistic sculpture created by Italian artist Laura Maganuco. The piece, titled Hybrid Pig Baby, was made from acetic silicone, a flexible material used to mimic flesh. Maganuco's work is known for challenging conventional ideas of beauty and biology, and many of their pieces feature deliberately unsettling human-animal hybrids. The sculpture was positioned beside a real pig in photos to highlight its realism. Similar works have previously been misrepresented online, including claims of human-cat hybrids and false legends. In truth, this was not science. It was just pure 100% art. Number 2. Huikang, the boy with the mask. Face. Born in Xiangtan, China, Huikang came into the world with a facial cleft so extreme that it extended from both corners of his mouth to his ears. It wasn't just a split lip or a common deformity. It made his face appear like two were layered on top of one another. The media began calling him the Mask Boy, a nickname that followed him for years. His mother, Yi Liangxi, was just 23 when she gave birth, and despite numerous prenatal scans, nothing had indicated any abnormalities. Her family pushed for abandonment, but she refused. She wasn't going to turn away from her son, no matter how different he looked. Huikang's story spread across the internet, drawing both sympathy and ignorance. For the parents, though, it was never about public reaction. It was about survival, surgeries, and refusing to let a birth defect steal their child's chance at a life. Number 1. Baby born with 2 heads, 3 hands, and 2 hearts. In Ratlam, Madhya Pradesh, a mother expecting twins gave birth to something no one saw coming. A baby with 2 heads, 3 hands, and 2 hearts. Shaheen Khan had been told she was carrying twins, but the ultrasound didn't detect dicephalic parapagus, an extremely rare condition where 2 babies share a single torso. What followed left both the family and doctors stunned. While this condition often results in stillbirth, this child survived. The third hand, located behind the neck between the 2 faces, only added to the medical complexity. Currently, the baby is under close observation in Indore, with no immediate plans for separation surgery. Medical staff are monitoring vital signs and waiting to see how the situation unfolds. Dr. Lahoti, one of the attending physicians, stated that survival remains uncertain during these early stages. Whether this child is seen as one person or 2, the case stands as a reminder of how unpredictable and fragile birth can be, even when you're told you're having twins. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content like this. Thanks for joining us on this remarkable journey, and we'll see you soon in the next one.